So I'll be on and off the whole day, and this video is just going to basically show you my whole day's trading. All right, guys, we are back. What's up? I have so much crap. We are actually moving house in the next couple weeks, so it's a bit crazy here. And it's kind of not against our will, but we did not want to move, but unfortunately the landlord that we are currently renting from, just out of the blue, suddenly doubled the price. So I said to him, look, give me a few months and I will be earning a lot of money from Forex, and then I can pay you. He said he didn't believe me. How can you not believe me? I told him I've been watching loads of YouTube videos that can make me millions in a couple months. So I'll definitely have the money to pay the extra. I said to him, and I could even potentially buy myself a Lamborghini. He didn't believe me. Anyway, yeah, we are moving though. Enough silly business. What's this picture now? So my office at the moment is like boxes and like it's just a mess. But the new place, the office is, I think, going to be a better setup. So hopefully I can have a nicer background. At the moment, this horrible window has always been my background. It is what it is. You know, at the end of the day, background matters, but it's not the be all and end all. So hopefully the new place will have a nice setup. We can kind of do it nicely. But yeah, so I just want to go today. I thought I'm going to go through basically a whole day's trading. I am going to speed a lot of it up because otherwise the video will be like 3 hours long. So yeah, I am trading my back pocket strategy still. Let me jump over to the screen because as you can see over here, I am still testing order block and stuff like that, but you know, I don't know. It's, you know, it's 50-50, and I just haven't had, with the move coming up and everything going on, I just haven't had as much time as I'd like to keep doing the back testing. And the only way I will really push forward with the order block strategy if I have a huge load of data in terms of my back testing, which I haven't really got there. But in saying that, the back pocket strategy is actually performing very well. So first of all, what do? First thing in the morning when I get to the screen, the first thing I do is I look at the day's news. I just have a look, where are our roadblocks going to be? So straight off the bat, I see that Euro, there's CPI coming 12 o'clock my time. So I don't want to be in any Euro pairs really until we have some moves. Then we have USD. We got some high volatility news at 3:30, and then again at 6, and then again at 8. So these are the times I've just got to be aware of. So today it's basically 12 o'clock for Euro and after 3 for USD. So let me just show you guys. Let's go to a new. So as you guys know, I started with the order block strategy. For the first 2 weeks, I did the order block strategy, and I took a few losses. So let me go to the weekly. Actually, let me go to the daily. So there you can see, kind of nothing. Took my first trade, loss. Then I came back to break even. Then I took big losses, all the way down to 9,870. So I was $130 down. And that's when I pulled out the back pocket strategy, which was only last week, Tuesday. I think it's been 6. Because of the long weekend, losing Friday and Monday, I think it's only been 6 days trading this strategy. And I have come back from 9,870, and we are currently sitting at 10,117. So not a bad comeback at all. In 6 days, we've made about 230 or 200, maybe $40. So not bad at all. But check this, guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me know you can't. So I'm just gonna resize this slightly. There we go. Now we're talking. Look at that win rate, guys. 74.39%, man. If I could get that on any other strategy, I'd be smiling. But I am closing a lot of these positions very small. So it's a lot of small positions. And look at that. So I'm sometimes, yesterday I opened 77 trades, guys. So I'm opening upwards of at least 40 to 50 trades every day. And even with that, I'm still hitting a 74% win rate. So pretty amazing. I am still hitting my goal of around $35 to $40. Yesterday I made $38. But I do need to now try and get about $50 a day, because we have 6 days left, which is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's actually only 4 trading days, guys. So in 4 trading days, I need to try and get to at least $400. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue trading. I'm going to maybe increase my, I want to get to 200. As soon as I hit $200, 10,200, I'm going to increase my starting lot from 0.02 to 0.03. And that way I should hopefully be able to get 50. So if we're hitting 4 times 50, that's 200, will be about 317. And then if I have to, I'll just put in the extra time and try and push this thing over the edge. The target is to finish at least 10,400. That's my goal, because then I will get the free extension. Then that will give me another whole month to make $400, which in that case, I'll drop back down to the 0.02, and I know that I can make $40 a day. Within 10 days, I've made my $400. So that's the target, guys. That's the goal. The back pocket strategy is working very well. We're making some moves in the right direction. We're getting to where we want to be. $240 in 6 days, that's not bad at all. Not bad at all. And that's with a fairly big loss, because I actually jumped into the markets on Thursday last week, and it was just before 2 lots of really big news. And because of that news, we had a massive spike and a push in a direction, which on my strategy, this strategy is fine, but it kept going in that way. And then I was in this trade like maybe 20 positions into this trade. I unfortunately missed the opportunity of a pullback where I could have closed out a fair few of those positions and made some good money, and then it kind of kicked back up again. So I ended up eventually on Friday I tried to trade, but just the market was just sideways, not really moving at all. So what I did is I ended up just closing the position with about $50 loss. So I would have actually been about 10,150 about if I didn't. I could have held onto that position, but I didn't want to go into the long weekend holding positions. So yeah. So what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to record my screen for you guys, and I am going to jump over, and from here on, when I am explaining stuff, so in the beginning I'll just explain what I'm looking at, and then I will leave it to do more some kind of increase the speed, kind of time lapse, or just come back to the chart when I'm doing something. So I'll be on and off the whole day, and this video is just going to basically show you my whole day's trading. Now I do coach gymnastics this afternoon, which I'd rather be out of the market when I go, because I don't really like doing it on my phone. The reason being is sometimes if I have 20 positions open and it hits, sometimes it spikes and you want to close quickly, on the phone I just can't close quickly. So let's jump over to MT4, and this strategy really only works on MT4. All right, so you know, once this video is done, you guys don't have to watch the whole video. Just, you know, you can skim through to see how I do throughout the day. Watch it all if you want. It's kind of, like I said in the beginning, more of just like a journal of my day's trading, and I thought I might as well just do this, you know. Post these up if you guys are interested to see what's going on, then that's cool. So here we go, guys. As you can see, my starting lot for all my pairs are 0.02, and then when I build my ladder, it's normally about a 2.5 pip spacing. So what I use this Fibonacci, which I've set up, and I will go to 25 pips. I think that's what it's saying, I'm not sure. Then I'll build my ladder that way, and I'll trade again, trade back, and it works very well. But today, I mean, once I go up to 0.03, I am going to have to time it. But in the last 6 or 7 days, using the strategy, the biggest drawdown I've gone into is about 230. So about halfway into the drawdown that I'm happy with. When as soon as it hits about 450, I'll be looking at closing, and then you've got to just take that loss. But that means you're going into a bigger trend than 100 pips without any pullback. Because even if you're pushing into a 100 pip trend, with every pullback, I'm skimming profit off the top the whole time, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, so now all we're doing, guys, is we're just looking across to see if there's any trading opportunities. Today, I do want to concentrate on being a little bit more patient with my entries, because yesterday, even though we did get the 38, almost $40, there were a few of my entries that were a little bit early, and those cost me a little bit of loss. So let's see, that would have been a nice entry there, and there would have been a nice entry on there. So let's see. Wait for these kind of big moves away from the EAs, and that's when you're looking at entering. Oh, that would have been really nice entry up there, right down to the 50 EMA. On the US 30 as well. Slowly pushing, looks like it. So nothing really, nothing yet. So I'm just going to keep skimming through. As soon as I'm in a trade, I will let you guys know. I might look at trading this back to the 50. All right, here we go. This will be our first one, guys. I'm going to look at trading this back to the 50. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a push down. Come on. Keep an eye out here as well, guys, in Market Watch, because it gives you your time to the next candle. So be aware of when the next candle will be forming. Come on, man, push it a little bit further. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to trade back to there. That is, what is that? 57. So it's not much, is it? But it's our first little trade. So let's get our ladder going. 25. I've calculated all of this, and I already have made all of these calculations, so I know what my ladder needs to be, guys. So don't just go into this without understanding the strategy and all that. You don't know what the ladder is. You don't know what I'm doing. Then just watch. Don't. I can go 40 positions with this ladder, guys. So you know. Only when I hit 40 do I start worrying. And I think the max I've hit thus far is about maybe 18 to 20. So I've not yet even come near to that 40, and I am playing it very conservative, but because I am doing a challenge, right? So I have that 5% drawdown limit. If I had a $100,000 account of my own, I would be trading 0.04, 0.05, and I could be making quite comfortably. No, if I had 100,000, I'd be trading probably 0.1. So I could quite comfortably be making $400 to $500 a day. And then you can go a lot further into drawdown. So that's the cool thing about it. And that's kind of where I eventually want to go. And that's why I'm also looking at the Emphatic, account for. So my goal is to obviously accelerate it. Obviously pass this challenge and get my first profit, my first payout, which should be around, I'm hoping, about $500 or $600. And I have my eye on this right here, guys. The Emphatic, I mean, I'd like to start with the 20,000, which would mean I would have to collect profit from the current 10,000 account if I pass for like 3 or 4 months. But because of that, I might then just initially go for a 200K account and try and pass that. And then the first time I pass that, I'm looking at, I mean, ideally I'd like to start with a 50K account. The reason is this 10% overall drawdown. There's no daily limits, no daily, 10%. That gives me double the amount of drawdown that I have now. So I can then quite comfortably make 10% a month. And after every time you hit 20% increase in your account, you go to the next milestone. So let me show you quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on this. So you can potentially, if you're making 10% a month, increase your account every 2 months. So let's say I did start on the 20. After 2 months, I'd increase to the 40,000. After another 2 months, I'd be on the 60. 2 months, 120. 2 months, 180. 360, 540, all the way to a $1.6 million account. And that would be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, a year and 4 months. In a year and 4 months, if I am consistent, I can get to a $1.6 million account. Now, if I'm getting 10% on a $1.6 million account, that is 160,000. On this, they take 50%. So you'll still be making $80,000 a month. I mean, that is next level. If you could start on the 50K, which is quite expensive, but in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, in 1 year, you will be, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 1 year and 2 months, you'll be on a $2.02 million, $2 million account. You'll basically be able to clear, if you're getting 10% a month, you'll be able to clear $100,000 a month. I mean, that is the dream, right? Anyway, let me go back to my account analyzer, close that, and then let's go back to this trade. Right, so we're looking for that. And now we just wait, guys. We wait for that kickback. Let's see. I still will keep looking at all the other pairs just to make sure, like, that's looking good. That would be a nice one, actually. Sometimes I like it. I trade on the 1 minute, but I like to check the 5 minutes and even the 15 minutes just to see where we are there. So you see here we've got distance from there, so we have potential to push down. On the 5 minute we have distance from there, we have potential. And on the 1 minute we want to wait for a little bit more of a kick up. But I'll never trade. Oh, look at that, guys. We missed that. This would have been a very good one, and it is on an uptrend. This would have been very, very good. So you're potentially looking at buys here. There. The next one would be there. That's 4 hour. going to look at probably bouncing. That would have been a good one though, guys. If this goes to 0 now, I might even look at trading this. This looks really good, really good. So this happens sometimes, you just got to be patient, and you know, it happens sometimes that you enter a trade and then something happens on another one. That's just how it is. GBP, JPY, we've got to look at that, and we're coming back to that at least. I'm going to close a small loss because this one is actually better. I don't want to be in two pairs at the same time, but I'd rather be in this one. Okay, so let's build my ladder for this. Five. So those will be coming back. Bigger move as well. And the USDCAD, I probably could have waited. Oh, look at that! Literally, just need to wait like 5 seconds more. Patience, I'm telling you, man. Patience is my biggest issue. But it's okay. This is looking good. I'm not going to build the next 10 yet. I'm just going to stay here for now. 20. That's it, guys. Now we just wait. Wait and watch. The USDCAD would have got me my 50 cents. On ones like that, it's not even the money I'm interested in, it's the win. I want to keep my win rate high. I mean, I would like this one to pick up a couple more of my positions, because even if it pushes back now, that's $1.20, that's it. I like to push into at least 2 or 3 of my positions and then come back. Give me about $3, $4, $5 maybe. Anyway, I'll leave this one to play out, guys. Let's see how it goes. Okay, guys, we've had a nice big push up against us, which is all good. Man, it's pushing strong. Really strong push up. No news at the moment. Weird to have that strong a push up, but anyway, so I'm just gonna move my stop loss up a bit. What I might do is with the next push back, I'll start closing some positions as long as it goes over $1. So the data's going to turn around right now, so I think we're going to have some replacements, and then that's where we get some money back. This is kind of what we wanted. We wanted to go up into the ladder, because that's when you make the biggest profits, when you kind of collect a lot of these positions in the ladder. And like I said, I can go 40 positions, so as long as I'm collecting. Okay, guys, I'm just going to leave this to play out, and I'll come back in a bit when we have a kickback and when I'm closing some positions. Back, still pushing up, as you can see, having a small little kickback now. It looks like it's struggling on the 9 EMA there, but I'd like it to come to about there, which should give me about $1 on this, and I'm going to close these two and then I'll replace them. So I'll show you what that looks like. Hopefully this pushes down a little bit further, but I think we might have a bounce back now. So maybe, yeah, I mean, I could have closed that at about 80, but I would rather close it a little bit higher. So let's just let this bounce back. But we did have a test there, which is good. So the next time we might break the EMA 9. So let's see how it goes. It might still push down. If we get anything over $1 for that this position here, I'm going to close both of them, and then I'll just replace them, because it's definitely not going to, this is just a small retracement. So I'd like to get a little bit of money on the table for that, but it doesn't look like it's going to. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. We'll just play it by ear, see how it goes. If we get $1 on that, I'm going to close both, and then just reopen them. Guys, back again. As you can see, we have been pushing up massively. This huge push up. I mean, you look at any time frame, that's a big push up. They're even on the hourly, that's just solid, right? So any movement, normally you're going to be looking at having some kind of retracement, right? At the moment, I'm only in about 13 positions, so I've still got a lot of room to play with. So I'm not stressed, and we are coming to this roadblock in the form of, I think it was a 4-hour order block. 4-hour, yeah, it was a 4-hour order block over here. So there's a good chance we're definitely going to have some kind of bounce off of there, at least. Even if we haven't yet had any chance to close any positions, which is fine. And we are currently at about $70 under, $70 in drawdown, which is fine, considering I was kind of risking anywhere from 0.5% before. So that's, one loss, how I was trading before, was $50. Take 2 losses in a row, it's $100. Take 3 or 4 losses in a row, you're looking at $400 under. So I'm not even currently, and the cool thing about this is it's not considered a loss until you close it, right? So this is just drawdown. I'm not even 2 losses down of how I was trading before. So I'm not stressed at all. I'm waiting for a little bit of a kickback here, and once this turns around and we start breaking some structure, that's when I can start picking up some profit. So what I like to do is I pick up profits on the pullbacks, and then once we break structure, I will close again, wait for it to go up, and then hopefully we break more structure, and that's when I will wait to see if we can close more positions. So yeah, that's how I'll play it, guys. Just to give you guys an update. I will be back once we have another update. Hopefully it's closing positions. So as you can see, we have started on a, what a trade to start the day. This one has just kept pushing up. We've got to 100 now under. I'm hoping now that we've hit into this 4-hour OB that we're going to have some turnaround. But let's see. So my worry is that I was hoping we could be in and out of trade fairly easily here. We've got Euro news in what do you call it? An hour and a half, should I say, hour and 20 minutes. So we just got to see how that affects us, because ideally I don't really like to be this far into a ladder with news coming in. So maybe just mistime this one. Unfortunate. I mean, you just don't know what is going to happen, So let's just see how it goes. Let's see if we have a bit of a turnaround. Can we start securing some profit? Because at no point in this ladder has it actually given me any profit yet. So there has to be some kind of turnaround at some point, right? That's the hope. But I'm only halfway into the ladder at the moment. I can still go another double the distance I have. So, you know, I'm feeling all right. I've been in drawdown of over 200 this last week, so still feeling okay. But a little bit worried with the news upcoming, and I have to go out in a bit. So let's see how it goes, guys. I am hoping we have some kind of turnaround now. Otherwise, this one could be a hairy one, very scary. Anyway, I will come back once we know what is happening here, guys. All right, we'll catch you in a bit. This is pretty much as intense as it gets. Like, you don't see pushes up like this strong that often. So we've hit $1 here, so I'm going to literally close on these, and then basically we will re-enter those positions. And we can keep doing that with every bounce that we have now. So we will just keep doing that. The problem is I have to go now. I have to go out as well, so let's see. I should be gone for about 45 minutes, and when I get back, let's see what has happened. Hopefully I can close a few with some profit. Okay guys, here we are back. Price pushed all the way up past my 4 hours, so at that point it got a little bit scary, but you know, price has to breathe at some point. So as you can see, we now have this push down. I think we're gonna have a kick up and then push back down. So I have been closing positions all the way down and then re-adding them. So the hope is now that we have a little another lower high forming, which is going to pick up some of these positions that I've already closed and then re-added, and then we'll push down. So I have already, let me just check quickly, I have already closed a profit of $20. So $20 in the bank already, just with these moves down here. So that's the update, guys. We are now only in a drawdown of $40, $43, $50. So looking good. I'm hoping that we have a continuation to the downside, that we can at least finish this with some nice profit. Anyway, that's update, guys. I will be back later. And we are still in the same trade. I tell you, if this was not a trade that really tests the strategy, I don't know what is, because well, I'm glad that I'm in this trade and I'm filming it, because if my strategy gets through this, it can hold up against most. I mean, yeah, there are definitely bigger trends than this, but this is a very good indication on what using the strategy correctly can do. So we have already taken out, I think, about $25 we've secured so far. We're currently 70, 78 under. I'm hoping we have a break. Let me just grab this tool. I'm hoping we have, because we've basically broken that structure, and on the 5 minute we created this order block, which has been respected and pushed down. I'm hoping now we break this low. So as we are pushing down, I'm going to take some money off the table, which I've actually just taken some more off. So anything above this position are actually pending orders at the moment. This, and all of these are actually pending orders at the moment. So if we can push further down and break this low, then we're looking good. Let me just quickly have a look at the 15 minutes. All right, there we go, guys. So on the 15, as you can see, we have created a low. Now we've had a bounce back off of this area, which has potentially made this a low. So if we now push down on the 15 minute and we break, sorry, so after this push up over there, that is now our lower high. and I am hoping this now will be broken in a 15 minute. If we break this low here, then I am almost going to potentially leave everything to see if we can get down to where the rest of my take profits are. If that happens, we can, I mean, ideally what I want to do now is potentially close everything out with maybe like $5 to $10 profit. Worst case scenario, we break even as is now. So if we close and it's on zero, we have still made $25 on just this trade alone. But this trade has taken the whole day. That's the only problem, is sometimes you get stuck in these trades, they take the whole day. But the bigger these are, and the longer you're in them, the more you should be able to take out of them. So that's the idea anyway. So let me go back to the 5 minute. If you look at the 1 minute now, what are we looking at? Again, we want, this has just been broken now, so it's created a new order block. So we're kind of getting a bit of an order flow on the 1 minute. So let's see how this goes for the rest of the day, guys. But wow, what a trade to actually go live with. I know it's not live because this would be a like a 5 or 6 hour video, but it's live in the sense of everything I'm doing, I'm filming for you guys as it plays out. So yeah, I will be back later. Hopefully we get this new low broken, and hopefully we have a strong push down that can take out or give us a little bit more profit. So let's see how it goes with that same trade. And will you believe it, it literally took the whole day, which doesn't normally happen, but we never went into further drawdown, and I think 150 was the furthest into drawdown we went, and I actually ended up closing it because I was I was actually not by the PC. I think I ended up closing it about here somewhere, maybe about here. But if I had left it to go to my TP, I probably would have taken an extra $20 out. But in total, I still got, I think it was about $35 for the day, which is not bad. It's not quite the target of 50, but unfortunately it was one of those that I got stuck in the whole day, so there's not much I could do. I mean, if I hadn't gone out and I didn't have to be at my coaching that I do for a couple hours, I probably would have been able to get into a couple more trades and might have been able to get the 45, maybe 50. But you know, it is what it is. Let me quickly cross over. I'm going to shut this off now. Okay, so let me show you guys as well. This is the same. And remember when I said if it breaks this low, then we basically can let it run. Unfortunately, I'd already left to go to my coaching just before that happened. So I was kind of, you know, trying to do something that I have to do while trying to do this at the same time. So it was quite difficult, and I ended up just closing it once it pretty much broke even. You know, it's difficult, but when you're not in front of the screen and you can't see the price action like this, because if I was sitting here and we had this break, I would have left it, and I would have left it to go all the way down to my original take profits, which I think potentially would have taken me well over $50 for the day. I think this potentially, just this trade alone, could have got me around $60 or $70 if I had left it to just accumulate all the way down. But it is what it is. I'm very happy because this was probably the most intense trade we've been in terms of like just how much it moved up. If you look at it on the 1 minute chart, which is the chart I trade on, if I zoom out, we basically got in over about there somewhere, about there, and as you can see, it pushed a long way up. Just never really came back enough for me to get much profit until all the way up here, and then at that point it started turning But you know, I'm still happy. I'm still happy because it only went into $150 drawdown, so I still had a lot of room to move with, and I called it over here with the break. If I was sitting in front of the computer, I could potentially have made this quite a big one, but you know, I'll take $35 all day long. So if we just go to the home page at the end of today, let me just refresh this. There we go, guys, that's updated. Let's go to the daily. So, I mean, from this point here, guys, you can see the equity curve. It's just like climbing up, climbing up, climbing up. All the way to the point where we are now, which is 10,151. Remember, we started the day at 10,117. So for the day, there we go, $34. Not quite 35, close enough. 21 trades today, that's all it took. And we are actually climbing our win rate. We're almost 75% win rate now. So very happy with the results. We've only got 6 days left. Tomorrow, if I can get 50, we will be sitting on 200. Then we will be basically left with 2 trading days. So if I'm on 200 with 2 to go, the last 2 days I'm going to increase my starting lot from 0.2 to 0.3, or at least I will the second last day, see how that goes. If I can get a 60 or a 70 out of that day, that will be perfect. And then if I can push that last day for a little bit more, hopefully we can cross the 400, at which point we will get the extension. So yeah, that's the day, guys. It was an intense one, and I'm glad I filmed the whole process, or most of it. Thank goodness it wasn't a live video, because that would have been quite a video. That would have been like a 14-hour video. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you guys in the next trade. I can do this again tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll trade the same, and I'll film the whole day again. So be sure to check that one out tomorrow. So we're getting close to the end. Let's see if we can get at least to the $400 mark. All right, we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.